USC getting ready here on the little late night special. SC laying 4, taking on Arizona State, who managed somehow to squeak by barely against Oregon State last night. 139.5 is the total here. Teams that know each other very well here, Ralph. SC, Arizona State. Who are you giving the edge to in this one?
Well, let me just bring up one thing because there's a lot of situations today. I went through in the database and I looked in conference tournaments. When you have a rested team versus a non-rested team, the teams that have a bye like USC, Arizona obviously played yesterday. The team with rest like USC has gone 98 and 99, 49.7%. So there really is no edge. So don't fall in the trap and say, oh, I have this rested team against the foe that played. There are some unique situations in conferences where a team plays 2 games before an opponent, but not here in the Pac-12. I'm going to be on USC. This is a situation where Arizona State's offense is pitiful. Number 323 shooting threes, number 262 shooting twos. This USC defense has played awesome down the stretch. Besides Arizona, since the 16th of February, they've held foes to 31, 36, 46, 36, 32, and 29%. They held Arizona State to 29% last time. As you mentioned, Arizona State barely got by. I like this USC team. I think they have potential to, honestly, to be a Sweet 16 team. The way they're playing defense, Boogie Ellis is the guy you can get hot. If you have a guard like Boogie Ellis who can take over a game with a type of defense like USC, I'm on USC tonight, and I'll be looking, hopefully, to get some value with them in the tournament.
Well, beat them twice during the regular season here. Third time's a charm here, Dwayne, unless, of course, you think there's an edge somewhere along the line here. We should be looking the other way.
Well, I mean, I like to look at the coaches in these tournament games also. Bobby Hurley's Arizona State teams haven't fared well in these Pac-12 quarterfinal games, 0-3 straight up and against the spread. On the other side, Andy Enfield's USC teams are 7-0 in their first games of the Pac-12 tournament. They were 4-3 ATS in those games, but a perfect 4-0 against the spread if they weren't favored by more than 6. Then you have to look at those 2 regular season meetings. USC won both. They did it by holding Arizona State to 33.8% shooting in the 2 games combined. And that's not 3-point percentage. That's 33.8% from the field. That's a serious number there. When your opponent locks you down and you can't get good looks and your shots don't fall, you need a lot to go right to be competitive. And Arizona State had a lot go right in that last meeting. They had 4 fewer turnovers, 9 more offensive rebounds, shot better than their season average from the free throw line. And USC hit just 28% of its 3-point attempts, and Arizona State still lost by 3. I will say that Arizona State has a very good defense, and that does give them more than a legit shot here. If they can figure out how to solve USC's defensive hold over them, they can certainly win this game, but I'd have to see it first. I can only look USC at this point.
All right, looking SC here. Bryan, SC, you've talked about them on the show over the last month or so. We've talked about them here. You, the better team, SC. Does that mean you would be looking their way here tonight?
Well, they just told you, both Dwayne and Rolf, about how well they've done in the tournament. So it's tough to go against either one of them. And if they both agree, it's even worse. And the line has moved from 3 to 4. All that said, I look at the shot quality numbers, and you're right. They didn't shoot well against USC in either one of those games. But I have to think that is more of just the matchup in those games as opposed to what they will do here. The Trojans won those games by 8 and 3 points. But if you look at the shot quality numbers, who have been very good to me all season long, Arizona State should have won based on their normal shooting by 9 and 19 points. Is it a situation that USC's defense is that far better than what they've seen the rest of the year from Arizona State? Possibly, which is why the line is up to 4, because my numbers say that Arizona State's just as good as USC here. I'll take the 4 points with Arizona State. It's good for the show that I'm looking at the other way, and it's also good because we know how it is when all three of us agree. So I'll take the points here with Arizona State.
Very good there, Bryan. Absolutely correct. Should be a good one. It's the late night special, guys, with SC taking on Arizona State.